Welcome, people, to the UCL recap of the round of 16. Well, we didn't get so much drama. We did get 2 penalty shootouts. We saw Donnarumma turn into one of the most clutch penalty shot stoppers in the history of football, alongside Dibu Martinez. We saw Atletico. You could just say they are cursed, or they will never win the UCL under Diego Simeone. Arsenal dismantle PSV, obviously over 2 legs, and Dortmund complete the comeback over Lille. And Bayern Munich, they said, Bayern Leverkusen, you are little bros in Germany. We're going to recap all 8 games, and then we're going to preview the quarterfinals. It should be a quick one today. Not a lot of dramatic stuff happened over this week of the matches, because some of them were wrapped up. You know, Inter wrapped it up already. Arsenal wrapped it up already. So it was kind of foregone conclusion, but we're going to discuss more about the big games and big talking points. So get your thoughts in the comments down below, people. Who right now is the favorite to win the UCL? Who is it? Is it Inter, Barca, Arsenal, Dortmund, Aston Villa, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, or Paris Saint-Germain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more UCL content. Obviously, we'll be dropping more quarterfinal preview and predictions and all that sort of stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Big up to everybody in the chat already. Let's get up to 30 likes immediately, people. Let's not perform like the Liverpool penalty takers. Big up to 80. How are you doing, 80? Big up to Curtis as well. And big up to Jeff. Thank you, Jeff, for the kind donation and always supporting the channel. The domino effect begins, Michael. You know why. Jeff, I hope one of those domino effects is Arsenal losing. Wait, Jeff. I didn't say that. Nope, that's just my doppelganger in me. One thing I will say, Jeff, Club America did come back. I saw that. They destroyed Chivas last night. What was it, 4-1 or 4-0? Something like that, Jeff. So maybe Arsenal got this. Maybe this is the beginning of Arsenal's UCL run. Who knows? We'll talk about it, though. We'll talk about it as we'll talk about their opponent in the quarterfinal. Thank you, Jeff, for the kind donation. Really, really appreciate it. Big up to Nora. It's Real until they are out. Big up to Malusi. He's saying PSG, please show the bracket. I'll show the bracket at the end of the stream. Big up to Milan. Big up to Chelsea perspective. Oh, Liverpool. Jeff, don't worry. Jeff, Liverpool are fine. We got the Premier League in the back. Don't you worry about that, Jeff. We got that in the back. Big up to Chelsea perspective. Hey, really kind donation. Really, really appreciate it, buddy. Gifting 5 memberships. 5 memberships to the channel. Hey, Chelsea perspective. Thank you for your kind donation. And yeah, look, Chelsea looking good. Although, don't bottle it tonight to FC Copenhagen. If I see FC Copenhagen knock out Chelsea, wow, that would be insanity. And also then the coefficient for who gets the extra spot of the UCL. Premier League are going to take a massive, massive hit. But thank you very much for your kind donation. Really, really appreciate it, buddy. And go check out his channel as well, Chelsea perspective. Let's get into every game. Big up to Mustafa in the chat. Is this the one I wanted? Nope. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Barcelona then, huh? They are looking very good, people. And I did say earlier this season when they won 4-1 against Bayern Munich when I was at the stadium, I said, no, this Barca team are different. And they went through a little bit of a slump. December, losing to, what was it? Las Palmas, to Leganés, even though they created enough chances in those games, but they're losing the matchups. You're like, are Barca already derailing their season? 2025 has been Barca's year, and they have played some. It's just a joy to watch them. If you're neutral, if you even hate Barcelona, you can only just admire some of the football they play. It's not that this just possession. It is just direct football. It is rock and roll football from Hansi Flick. And it's just a maestro in Pedri alongside a gem of a player in Lamine Yamal, to Rafinha having an insane season, and no Kubarsi, no problem. Even though Araujo, I think he could have done better for the goal for Otamendi. But I kind of felt like this was going to be a tough matchup for Barca because Benfica have been a good team, and I got to credit a lot to Bruno Lage. I thought this was going to be a bad hiring from Benfica's perspective, bringing back Bruno Lage because he hadn't had a good time at Wolves or Botafogo. I was like, Benfica, is this the right thing to do? but they have been a very good team, but they just couldn't match against Barcelona. I don't think how many teams can right now match the sort of playing style and intensity that Barcelona play at. You could probably say PSG, not Real Madrid, because Barca have dismantled them twice. I think Inter can match them. So not many teams can go toe-to-toe with this Barcelona team, and especially the way Rafinha is playing. If they had... Look, Lewandowski is the Pichichi leader in La Liga. Can you imagine if this Barca team had like an Alexander Isak, a Yerkeres, or Šeško, or any just like young, up-and-coming striker where you're like, oh no, this guy, if he's in this team, will get 30 goals. Lewandowski still misses chances. And there's no slack on the wonderful striker that Lewandowski has been throughout his career, but he's missing open chances and easy chances. I just think this Barcelona team, if they had a really, really serious striker, because you can kind of see the decline of Lewandowski, wow, this front three, alongside Pedri and alongside Dani Olmo, wow, it would be night for a lot of teams. Now, you could say that defensively they are a liability. I think just their playing style. Hansi Flick is going to live and die by it. You know, what was it that Ange said? High line for life? That's what Hansi Flick is doing. He's just doing lines of high line, and it's worked out throughout this season. They take the lead. Rafinha, great goal. I mean, Lamine Yamal's assist, by the way. The fact he sold two players, I think it was Florentino and Otamendi. He both gave them ACL injuries because the way they just, both their knees bent. Oh, it was disgusting for Lamine Yamal. The assist, which he meant, was a masterful assist by Lamine Yamal. And then Rafinha gets the goal. And I thought, okay, Benfica, they started the game well. Then they get the goal back from the corner. But, wow. The response by Barcelona, it was over after the first half because of the counter-attack goal. And Lamine Yamal is he the best player we have seen at 17 years old since Pelé? I don't think there's any doubt about it, people. There's no doubt about it. How old was Marcus Rashford when he debuted for Manchester United? I think it was like 18. I'm trying to think of other examples of like how consistently he is so good, and just the poise. It's not even like, oh, it's just he's like a one-trick pony. No, Lamine Yamal has been doing this now for over a year. Like, it's it's just a flash in the pan, like maybe like Ansu Fati. No, we are seeing something generational here from Lamine Yamal. It's just insanity. And I like that he has those quotes about, I'm not here to just get GA. I think Lamine Yamal would say, I want GA, though, in the big moments, like a UCL knockout stage or the World Cup. But this kid just wants to play football at such a high level and such a beautiful way that I think a lot of people appreciate what Lamine Yamal is doing. And yeah, they were a bit quiet in the second half, but I think they took their foot off the gas. And then obviously Benfica had a couple opportunities like Pavlidis with the near post. I think Barca just knew it was over. I think Benfica, they knew it was over as well. As soon as Sheldrup and Oktokoglu got subbed off, I was like, Bruno Lage, he's trying to do something. It's not going to work. And now you look at Barcelona, you're saying to yourself, Dortmund, you're up next. We'll talk about that game soon, but I don't think it's going to be easy for Barca, but they've already played Dortmund before this season in the league phase, but I'm just so impressed at just the coaching that Hansi Flick has been doing. And Pedri and De Jong, I thought, were fantastic on the day, especially De Jong. I think De Jong's control of the midfield. Remember that one sequence they had in the second half where Szczesny plays it long, I think it was to Rafinha. De Jong then collects it. Beautiful back heel by Rafinha into De Jong's path, and they almost scored one of the best team goals this season, Barcelona. If only De Jong or Lewandowski at the back post could have converted the chance. But wow, it's just a marvelous thing to watch this Barcelona team, but they have to collect the trophies. You can play all this beautiful football, you can destroy the teams, but you got to show some silverware at the end of it. But with the way they're playing, I don't think many teams can stop them. But let me know your thoughts, people. Benfica, I think they had a good UCL campaign. They were just going up against an elite team like Barcelona. One thing I would say for Benfica, they got to improve their midfield. Kočku, I think Kočku has had some bright moments for Benfica, but not all consistently. I think they need somebody to pair next to Florentino. That's where they need to go. Arsnes, hard worker, he's very good. Has good intelligence of the game. I just think Benfica need more in the midfield, and I think they need a backup right back for Alexander Ba, he's very injury prone because that Araujo guy, basic. He's just salt and pepper. That's what Araujo is at the right back position. Yeah, look, Barcelona are looking really good. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Been consistent, 100%. Rafinha is the best player for Barca, but Pedri is the most vital one. I agree with this one. I agree with this. Pedri is the glue for this team, right? It's not even just ability on the ball. I think we all knew that about Pedri. Have you seen his defensive work this season? The dude is winning tackles, interceptions. Pedri is all over the field. You know how we talk about Fede Valverde being a machine? That's Pedri this season. Barca playing amazing, gifting the Eredivisie the 6th place in coefficients for 26-27, but this Barca side is very good. Oh, wow. So Eredivisie got the 6th place. So just Liga Portugal now goes 7th. Oh, no. He would have been a perfect player. Yep, he would have been. We're in March and still complaining about Highline. I'm just saying it could be their downfall. It could be, but I don't think so. Otherwise, it would have been highly exposed. Big up to Uncle Sharma. How you doing, bro? Hopefully you're doing well, Sharms. Remember to go check out his channel for the best Inter content on the platform. Where do you stand on Yamal being the greatest 17-year-old ever convo? No, definitely top 3. I mean, Pele won a World Cup at 17, so nothing can overthrow that. So I think Yamal is definitely top 3, though. Charms. It's just what he's doing is sensational. It really is. I think he's better than. Well, we didn't see Pele, so we can't say that, people. Lamine Yamal is the generational talent of generational talents. It's going to be a legend. Well, I hope we all get to witness it, people. That's the beautiful thing. If you're 15, 14, 30, 40 years old, however age I am, we get to witness now Lamine Yamal for about 15 years to 20 years of greatness. Hopefully greatness. But guys, we're going to enjoy the ride. We're going to now see the trailer for the Lamine Yamal movie, and it's only the beginning. Cannot wait for it. We'll talk about it just like Goldberg from wrestling would say, you're next. You're next. I got to download that video. Good afternoon, Michael. Big up to you, Mo. UCL or bust for Barca. Only La Liga title is a failed season. El Clasico final. Who are you taking? Oh, Ricardo. Why you got to ask the tough questions, Ricardo? I'll give it right now. Look, we've said it so many times. El Clasico final. It's this year. This is the year. I'm going to give it a 30% chance of happening. 30% chance of happening. That's where I'll stand by it. Yep, we'll talk about it. UEFA confirmed there's no sensor in the ball. Hey, Michael, I told you before the match that Dahl was doing well in the previous games, but Yamal was too much for him. I tried to tell you. Look, I know Lamine Yamal hadn't had the best games against Benfica in the UCL. I said, once Caresas got injured or he got the suspension with too many yellow cards, I said, Samuel Dahl, you're in for a tough afternoon. And yeah, it turned into a very tough afternoon for Samuel Dahl, who I think he's a good defender, very young left back from, I think he's on loan at Benfica from AS Roma. I was actually very impressed. I watched maybe him once or twice last season for Djurgården. I was like, no, this is a good signing from AS Roma. So good to see that he's having good performances with Benfica. But, I mean, you can't do anything when you're up against Lamine Yamal. It's just impossible for him. Yeah, shout out to Chelsea Perspective. Big up, genius. Hopefully you're doing well. PSG looks solid. Yeah, we'll talk about that game soon. The best player in the world is 17 years old. Okay, I want to say best player in the world, but if you put top 5, I ain't hating. I ain't hating at top 5. All right, we'll move on, people. 57 of you watching. Remember to hit the like button. It's free, people. It's free. I didn't get to watch. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch maybe 3 of these games. I'll be honest with you, people, because some of them I knew. It's a wrap. So I checked the highlights of the games. Inter won 2-1. And I saw Feyenoord were missing Igor Paixão through injury. Like, how many injuries do Feyenoord need to go through this season? I feel bad for Van Persie. He's in a difficult situation. Look, for Inter, comfortable. They got to rest Barella. Lautaro got to rest. So some of their key players finally getting to rest for a game, especially with a big game coming up this weekend in Atalanta, which could make or break their season in the Serie A. By the way, people, that game on, is it Saturday or Sunday? Cash money in terms of entertainment. 2-1, comfortable. Marcos Thuram looking like he's in good form. He scored 2 goals over these 2 legs against Feyenoord. Yeah, Feyenoord, they got the penalty. Still, people, Inter have not conceded an open play goal this season in the UCL. Best defense in this UCL, hands down, They are better than Bayern Munich's defense, better than Barcelona's defense, better than Real Madrid's defense, better. I would say toe-to-toe with Arsenal. I think Arsenal have a good defense. So you look at Inter and just, if Lautaro and Marcus Thuram can just keep on cooking, and the one thing that Inter desperately need ahead of that tie against Bayern Munich, Di Marco needs to come back. If Di Marco is not fit, that could be a problem. Di Marco is just so vital, and especially we know Inter are probably going to play more on the counterattack at the Allianz Arena. You need Di Marco as an outlet on the counterattack. If he's not there, okay, it's fine when you're going up against Feyenoord, but when you're going up against Bayern Munich, you need a different element, especially with Dumfries, Marcus Thuram, Lautaro, Barella, Di Marco. Those five are so crucial on the counterattack. Yeah, I just think comfortable performance, judging by the highlights. And I do feel bad for Feyenoord. I just think they've been dealt with so many injuries this season. Obviously, Priske getting sacked, but hey, they had a good UCL campaign. We cannot deny they had a good UCL campaign, considering the opponents they faced. They faced Bayer Leverkusen to Benfica, to Lille, a lot of teams that made it to the round of 16, Bayern Munich, Man City. I think Feyenoord have given us a lot of entertainment, but their key for this season is they got to get top 3 in Eredivisie. Because if they don't get top 3 in Eredivisie, that could be tough. But yeah, overall, we'll talk more about Inter and Bayern Munich later in the stream. Yeah, Bastoni is so good, by the way. Yeah, of course, bro. He's a top 3 center back in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Bastoni is a top 3 center back in the world. Would I say world class? Probably. Yeah, I'll probably say world class. As a Feyenoord fan, I wasn't even disappointed. I was proud for our journey from the demolition from Bayer Leverkusen to the round of 16 with a backup team. The UCL this season will be told down generations. I can imagine it will be told down by generations for Feyenoord fans. And hopefully they return to the UCL next season with a fit team and maybe some more signings because they need some signings. But yeah, I think Feyenoord gave us the entertainment. So shout out to all the Feyenoord fans out there. Hopefully, if you guys make it to the UCL next season, I'll go watch a home game at the De Kuip against whichever team it is. But hey, Feyenoord are such a weird team because they give RB Salzburg their only victory in the UCL this season. The only one. So they've given us the highs and they've given us the lows this season if you're a Feyenoord fan. Dembele Rafinha for Ballon d'Or. Thuram's goal was visible from the outskirts. Yeah, it was a great goal. Great goal. The touch to take it out on the right foot and top right corner. Oh, yeah, he definitely needs time. 100%. He's a novice still, Van Persie. Maybe their father then forfeits of Serie A teams, and Arsenal fans really think they got a chance against Madrid. Well, we will talk about that very soon. Bayern Munich fans, I would like to have a written apology. I would like to write an apology to Bayern Munich because I thought really that Bayer Leverkusen were going to do this. Now, I thought Bayern Munich were going to win the first leg, but heading to the, Bayer Arena for Leverkusen, I thought, okay, you go to the second leg at home, you should be doing better. As soon as Wirtz got injured, I said, it is done. Done by Bayern Munich. And they dismantled them by Leverkusen. Yeah, okay, Leverkusen, they looked a little bit better in the second leg, but okay, it was mostly from set pieces. Yeah, Schick had that one opportunity from the corner. And that was really about it for Bayer Leverkusen. Okay, they had a couple opportunities in the second half, but Bayern Munich were already 5-0 up. 5-0 up. By the way, this kid, Urbig, the backup goalkeeper for Bayern Munich, he looks good. I think he came from FC Köln, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, Bayern Munich fans can let me know. I think he came from FC Köln, and he looks pretty good. So, I don't know how long Manuel Neuer is out for, but if Urbig, obviously, it's going to be a much, I wouldn't say much greater test, but with no Wirtz, and I don't know why, like, Xabi Alonso, you look at the lineup for Bayer Leverkusen, it's Garcia and Schick. Where's Tella? Where's Adli? Why, you need more pace up front if you're Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso. So I think Xabi Alonso kind of got humbled in a way. I think he got humbled, and I think this is a good sort of wake-up call in his managerial career where you've had all this success. You've gone, obviously, unbeaten with Bayer Leverkusen, but now it's about how do you respond as a manager, and how does this club respond? But if they lose Wirtz to Bayern Munich, okay, yeah, it's wraps, and Bayern Munich will win the league for the next 5 to 10 years again. Because if you pair Wirtz and Musiala together, by the way, Musiala, He should have gotten a goal in this game. He hit the post and the crossbar at the end of the match, but Musiala I thought was really good. Kimmich, he just signed his new contract today. Just what Bayern Munich need. They were not going to be able to replace Joshua Kimmich. They were not. There's no other like midfielder who can just dictate play and control the tempo like a Joshua Kimmich. I think re-signing him, good. So now they got Joshua Kimmich, obviously kept Musiala. That's what you need if you're Bayern Munich. But they just dismantled Harry Kane. How many goals did he score? 4 goals. Yeah, 4 goals in this time. No, 3, sorry. 3 goals. That assist he gave to Davies was unbelievable. Overall, I think it was a very awesome performance from Bayern Munich. And I said this after the last game between these two teams. That game they had against Celtic, I think, was a massive wake-up call to this team to say, okay, you kind of... But I think the Bundesliga this season has gone down with the quality because you look at the RB Leipzig, the Dortmunds, the Stuttgarts, they're really struggling to get some momentum. I think compared to last season, I think the Bundesliga was very strong. Now, not so much. But Bayern Munich, they now know this is our time to shine. If we want to play in the final at our home arena, this is now the time to shine. And Bayern Munich, I just dismantled. And Harry Kane, look, why doesn't Harry Kane get Ballon d'Or shots? And I don't like the Ballon d'Or, right? I don't really like that discussion. But why doesn't he not get PR? What? Because he's bland? Because he doesn't have personality? Because I don't know why. Oh, because he plays in the Bundesliga. Come on now. Come on, people. You can't do that. Oh, he plays in the Bundesliga. Okay, cool. Haaland plays in the Premier League. What difference does it make? So why do you people think that Harry Kane shouldn't get Ballon d'Or shouts? Okay, I think sometimes this season... It hasn't been the Harry Kane that we know, but these are the moments you sign a Harry Kane. You sign him to win the Bundesliga. You sign him to go far in the Champions League. He shows up in the round of 16 with 3 goals. Can you imagine if Harry Kane put up performances like Vinny or Mbappe? Oh my God. Oh, this guy, he's always going to be overrated. He'll never win any trophies in his career. But Harry Kane showed up. Yeah, they're not the most spectacular of goals. And I think he should have gotten a penalty in that first half when Jonathan Tah, Greco wrestling what it was from Jonathan Tah on Harry Kane. Overall, I think it was a very awesome performance. Bayern Munich dismantled them. They kind of big broed by Leverkusen. They big broed them. They just showed we are the true biggest team in the Bundesliga. And they showcased why they are number one. Because there was like that discussion, are Bayern Munich truly, like only for this season, not in the history, of course, of German football, but just for this season, are Bayern Munich really the best team? Showcased it over these 2 games by far. Of course, no Wirtz. It's a bit of an issue for Bayer Leverkusen, but they didn't look good defensively, I thought. Midfield-wise, yeah, Granit Xhaka was good. Palacios had that opportunity in the first half, but I just think the midfield for Bayern Munich has been very good recently with Goretzka and Kimmich in the double pivot. And overall, look, what do you guys think? Are you having more confidence in Vincent Kompany as a manager? Do you have more confidence in an Olise? I just was trying to imagine if Bayern Munich just signed another forward, like a Kivara, even Nico Williams, even though Nico Williams, I think, is inconsistent. But I think Nico Williams is better than Kingsley Coman, Leroy Sané, or Gnabry. If Bayern Munich signed a player like that, oh my God, that front, like Olise is so good. He might not be like a world class right now, but in 2 years, Olise is going to be a problem for every team in Europe, every team. So let me know your thoughts, people, of Bayern Munich dismantling Bayer Leverkusen, absolutely dismantling them. Let's see here what you guys are saying. I don't want Prem fans, the best league in the world. Your best team got outplayed. We will talk about that very, very soon. Bayern Munich will not get past Inter or Barca. Company's fault. Oh, by the way, yeah, Upamecano again. Upamecano was unbelievable this game. 2 performances in a row. I hear nothing, but when he makes a mistake against Inter, everybody will go, oh, he's always going to make mistakes. Okay, you didn't watch him in this round. I'll remember. I will remember. They might need to put down my GOAT once and for all, Neuer. Don't write up that Bayern apology yet. Their next tie against Inter will show you their true level. Leverkusen are good, but Alonso has that pep gene in him in Europe. Unnecessary tactics. This I would agree. I think Alonso got the pepizitis. as I would like to call it, the Pepizitis. I think he was trying to be too clever with the lineups, with the tactics. And Xabi Alonso, you got to wake up. Of course, look, Bayer Leverkusen are still a very good team, but I think they got humbled in this tie. Very much humbled. So their objective, win the DFB Pokal, and finish second in the Bundesliga this season and go back from them. The narrative of the Bayer Leverkusen-Bayern Munich game was the same as the Napoli-Milan game. That's a great one. The whole media was rooting for Napoli-Leverkusen, but the big dogs always show up. The big dogs, they always show up. The pit bulls, the German shepherds, the Belgian shepherds, they always show up and dismantle the chihuahuas, the salchichas. What is that? My God, I can't even know the English word for it. Salchichas. Oh, man. The schnauzers? Yeah, schnauzers, all those ones. So, that's a great comparison, actually, Curtis. Great comparison. Bayer Leverkusen even lost to Werder Bremen. Yeah, I saw that over. I mean, all the Champions League teams in the Bundesliga lost over the weekend. Leverkusen squad is too thin and their luck is out. The juju has run out. Kimmich got cooked by Vinny. Yeah, but he was playing right back. He was playing right back, my guy. He was playing right back. Upamecano was quality. Agree with that. If his last name was Messi, he'd get PR. Well, I think any player, if they had Messi, would get PR. He can't speak properly. Because Kane is a walking Tottenham Hotspur. Well, he will definitely win the Bundesliga 100%. This was the first big game Harry Kane showed up in Bayern this season, so Ballon d'Or shoutouts can wait. Don't forget, this same Harry Kane was there when Bayern lost to Aston Villa. Yeah, true, but now it's the round of 16. This is where you have to show up if you're Harry Kane. Okay, if you don't show up in the league phase for 1 or 2 games, even though he did score against Barcelona, but they lost 4-1. Yeah, I would agree that overall this season, it hasn't been the best Harry Kane. But hey, if he shows up in the round of 16, a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and if somehow Bayern Munich win the Champions League, shouldn't he get shouts for Ballon d'Or, people? Shouldn't he? Look, I don't like the Ballon d'Or discussion, but you got to say how it is. Big up Angel Bautista. Thank you for your kind donation. Really appreciate it. $2 US almost. Whose midfield is better, PSG's or Barca's? Oh, that is... why you got to put me in a tough predicament here? I think Pedri is the best out of the entire midfield. De Jong, I think there's a toss. I think Vitinha is better than De Jong right now. João Neves, I think, is balling out. I think I would have Dani Olmo over Fabian Ruiz. So I would say Barca. Yeah, I would say Barca. The best midfield combo would be a Vitinha, Dani Olmo, Pedri. That would cook. That would absolutely cook. But thank you, Angel, for the kind donation. But I think they're very close. Maybe if you want to do odds, it's 55 for Barca, 45 for PSG. Yes, he will. Big up, AK. How you doing, bro? Hopefully you're doing well. Elise is crossing those leads. That one cross he put in the first leg to Harry Kane, unbelievable. Sausage dog. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, sausage dog. But PSG just about. Pedri, Vitinha, Neves. Pedri, Vitinha. I think Dani Olmo is underrated. I think he's better than João Neves. Now, maybe João Neves could get better over Dani Olmo throughout his career, but right now you got to give it to Dani Olmo. Almost the most incisive number 10 in football. Pedri, the most complete midfielder, and Castro is better defensively than most midfielders. I would have Vitinha over Castro and De Jong. 100%. Vitinha is balling out. And speaking of Vitinha, and now this will be a quick segment, people. It will be a quick segment as a Liverpool fan. PSG advance. Man. You know when you lose on penalties as a fan of a club or a country, I think it actually hurts more as a country because it's major competition or World Cup. That just stings more. At least with the Champions League, okay, it's next season, unless your team doesn't qualify for it through the league. This one stinged. Overall, I don't really feel saddened, but either way, I'm okay, yeah, the first leg, PSG absolutely cooked and dismantled Liverpool, and yet Liverpool scammed the victory. I thought the second leg, Liverpool, the second half especially, did PSG even have a shot on target? Liverpool completely, other than that Kivara chance that went over the bar, I thought Liverpool did really well in that second leg, especially in the second half. First half, you could say it was kind of toe-to-toe, Liverpool really taking the game to PSG. I think if Salah scores that open chance, except for Nuno Mendes's block, if it gets to 2-0 in the tie, I wonder how what if PSG then come back in the game. Anfield, crowd is up and all that sort of, the talk about Anfield. Maybe that would have gone to the PSG players. Well, Salah didn't convert the chances. PSG then controlled the ball. And one thing I don't understand is the amount of space that Dembele had for the goal to just turn, find that pass to Barcola, continue his run. Yeah, I think it's just poor defending from Liverpool's perspective. And PSG had those opportunities in the first half. Dembele with the poor touch where Alisson gets there. So PSG created the chances. I think Liverpool mostly looked dangerous on the set pieces in the second half, like the opportunity for Salah where Kvara cleared it off the line. There was the opportunity by Kwanzaa as well where it hit the post. So Liverpool had the opportunities. The extra time, oh yeah, that was all PSG. Liverpool just looked gassed. It looked like the inhalers ran out, and it looked like PSG were playing at altitude in El Alto in Bolivia, and Liverpool just arrived from sea level, and they had no clue what to do or how to just cover the space. And PSG really could have won the game in extra time. Then it goes to penalties, and I knew when it got to penalties, Liverpool lost it because Donnarumma is elite, and Alisson is just terrible at penalties. Terrible. Look at his track record, Brazil 22 World Cup, and then this. He's just not a good penalty shot stopper compared to a Donnarumma, where Donnarumma doesn't do like the shit talking or the antics. He just stands there. Like he's just it's like he's Mutombo from the NBA. Just stands there. He's got the wingspan. Nothing will phase him. And yeah, I mean, Darwin Núñez, I knew he was going to miss. The guy you kind of took that breath and he was like trying to calm himself down. I knew he was going to miss. I knew Curtis Jones was going to miss. They just didn't look confident. But you see like the entire penalty shootout. And I think this is a key aspect as well when it comes to penalty shootouts. You can say what you want, people, but if you play football, you can kind of understand. You have to build like sort of confidence within the players. You look at all the PSG players in the huddle and you're like, oh no, these guys really believe. They really want to knock out Liverpool. Whereas I saw the Liverpool players and Arne Slot and they were like, okay, if we go out, we go out. It doesn't really matter. I just think the PSG had just all the mentality and the willingness to finally get a crucial victory. And heck, PSG did it, people. I can only just say, hey, kudos to PSG, man. They play some fantastic football. Even without a striker, it is just scintillating to watch. It is scintillating to watch a Vitinha, a João Neves, a Barcola. Hey, guys, by the way, Desiree Doué off the bench. Hey, man. Desiree Doué, I think he just got called up to France as well. By the way, Cherki not getting called up is ridiculous by Didier Deschamps. So Desiree Doué, he was just flawless out there, having the time of his life, and it was wonderful to watch. But as a Liverpool fan, am I disappointed? Not really, because I knew like all these idiot content creators that are Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, this is easy. It's easy. It's not gonna. It's gonna be a walk in the park." PSG in Europe. Please get out of there. I look at my reaction, people. Actually, let me bring it up. Let me bring it up, people. Let me bring it up. I have to show this video because I knew this was going to be tough. All right, let's bring it up here. All right, it's time to cook. It's time to cook. I don't usually like to do this, but here we go. Let's get out like this. There we go. Hopefully you guys can all hear it. Boom. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me know. Oh, is it playing?
No.
I'm not really happy, people. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not happy. This is not going to be easy for Liverpool. They do not need these two matches. They don't. And if you're any Liverpool fan, and if you're watching other Liverpool content creators, or if you watch any other people, if they say to you, "Oh, this is going to be easy," oh, PSG butlers. Okay, yeah, PSG don't have the greatest history in Europe. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be absolutely difficult. This is going to be hell. Oh. I tried to warn people. I tried to warn all the Liverpool fans out there. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen. They thought it was going to be a walk in the park. But if you've been watching PSG since December, I don't watch every Ligue 1 game, but now they actually have it on Finnish TV. So I'm like, heck, now I can watch Ligue 1 games because Ligue 1 has some fantastic football. I knew this was going to be hell. And we saw in the first leg, it was beyond hell. It was like that. the Devil's Gates. And PSG just threw everything at Alisson, and Alisson was making the saves, and Konate and Van Dijk were making wonderful defensive work. The only issue I have is that if Trent didn't get injured, I thought Trent in that second half, he was playing really good football and then got the injury. And then Kwanzaa had to come on. I was like, if Connor Bradley was just fit, it would have been a good option as well off the bench. But look, I think PSG overall deserve it. Yeah. We saw in the second leg, though, these are like two heavyweights just going at each other. Liverpool throwing the punches, PSG throwing the punches. They both had some good defensive work, like their Mayweather out there. But I think the better team won. And the better team that play, you could say the better football, they have the elegance about them. They have the fight about them. Do I still think PSG can win this Champions League? Yeah, but I wouldn't say they are the favorites. I think if they go up against Real Madrid, I think Real Madrid have the players to hurt PSG, where like Vini compared to Luis Diaz or Mbappe compared to Jota, there's levels. There's levels to it. Is it like, now people want to say, oh, Liverpool, what is this? Oh, are they really like strong team? I still think Liverpool are a strong team. I just think PSG are underrated, like to be an elite side. I just don't think people rated PSG that highly. Whereas been watching them this season, after they lost that game to Arsenal and they lost that game to Atletico, something switched in this team. They created the chances against the Atleticos, the Gironas, the PSVs. Now they're a bit more of a clinical team. That's the one thing, though. They got to be clinical in the next round. And if they want to win this UCL, the Dembeles, the Barcolas, Desirdues, João Neves, Kivara, they have to be clinical because they're obviously not going to play with a natural number 9. Well, yeah, overall, I'm not really disappointed by Liverpool. I think if Liverpool got absolutely outplayed in both legs, I would have been like, yo, what is this? But they at least showed some desire and they showed some good play in the second leg that I'm like, hey, you know what? You gave a good account of yourself. Maybe there's just some few tweaks that you can make hopefully over the summer. But yeah, Salah was not good in these two legs, people. Salah was pretty average. Diaz, I wasn't really happy. I'm his biggest fan. Diaz, I was a little bit disappointed in the second leg. Gakpo, he looks like he's injured. He shouldn't have played. I don't know why he doesn't trust Chiesa. I don't. Chiesa, it's just a hologram at this point. Soboslai could have been a little bit better. I think McAllister did the best he could. And Gravenberch, 2025 has not been his year. 2024, he was good. 2025, we have not seen the same Gravenberch out there. But I just think PSG, with the technical quality they have, it was just too much. It was too much for Liverpool. Yeah, overall, congrats to PSG. They fully deserve it. I can't complain. I can't complain. Dem boost for Ballon d'Or. You know what? This is a crazy, crazy storyline, people. Because we all saw that World Cup final performance he had against Argentina. And we all thought, wow, is Dembele ever going to reach the potential he had at a Stade Rennais, at a Dortmund? Obviously, the Barcelona times, you could say it was the injuries, the fans just never having the full backing of him. But right now, we are seeing the final form of Ousmane Dembele. Maybe, and I compared it to the video I made about PSG where I said, is Dembele just having a similar career to Robin? Where the early parts, struggles, shows the potential, but never can fully grasp his potential throughout a season. Right now, we are seeing it. 2025, Ousmane Dembele has scored 21 goals, people. 21 goals. And some spectacular play as well. It's his year. So if PSG win the UCL, can't hate. It might be his time. Well, I think he's in a better scenario. Thought PSG were better for 150. Yeah, I would agree with that. A lot of Liverpool fans were talking smack about PSG. Angel. Yeah, I'm not one of them, by the way. I'm not one of them. Top 5 midfield. Not João Neves. Would I put Vitinha there? You got to say maybe Vitinha is getting up there, Maybe you have to say that. As a Barca fan, I was relieved that we drew Benfica, not PSV. PSG, excuse me. Yeah, they do. They got a good chance. Imagine if we lose to Newcastle. Oh, yeah. Big up, Jeff. Thank you for the kind donation, Jeff. Oh, you are losing the Carabao Cup, by the way. To be honest, Jeff, I couldn't give a shit about the Carabao Cup. If Liverpool lose it, they lose it. Just win the Premier League. That is all I care. I couldn't give a shit about an energy drink cup. Now, if it was the FA Cup, okay, yeah, I would be a little bit pissed. It's the energy drink cup. Do you think Barcelona fans are going to brag? Oh my God, we won the Supercopa, guys. We won the Supercopa. I honestly could not care about the Carabao Cup. Yeah, it would be nice to win. If we lose, okay. I couldn't, even when Liverpool won it with kids last season against Chelsea, okay, I'll laugh to Chelsea fans about it, but I didn't care. It's the Carabao Cup. For other clubs, it's a massive, like, finally we won a trophy, but this is Liverpool we're talking about here. Liverpool. So I couldn't care less. And if we lose, hey, but if we lose to a Newcastle team with no Lewis Hall or a Gordon, yeah, then I'll be a little bit upset. Dembele was in that space because Liverpool back four was expecting Mendes to launch it under pressure. Instead, he played the pass of the game to Dembele. Yeah, and you kind of saw Fabian Ruiz kind of drag out Gravenberg, which then allowed all the space to Dembele to just receive it. But I mean, Zaire, somebody, whether it's Konate or Van Dijk, press up to him, follow your man. But it's been a thing for Van Dijk and Konate. They struggle a lot with the false nine. They do. Liverpool's 4-2-4 shape didn't work against PSG. No. And you know why, AK? Because PSG, they got the speed and the technical quality in the midfield. João Neves can receive it under pressure. Fabian Ruiz can receive it under pressure. Kvara, Vitinha. So they just got the players to do it. Yes, possibly. Do you think PSG need a proper number 9? No, I just don't think Luis Enrique plays with that. He doesn't. He didn't play with it at Barcelona. Okay, well, yeah, Luis Suarez. I just don't think he rates strikers anymore. He has Gonzalo Ramos, and Gonzalo Ramos has had some good cameos off the bench, and yeah, obviously he's scoring goals against teams in the Coupe de France. I don't think they're going to get a number 9. I don't think PSG are going to sign an Osimhen. I think Enrique just prefers a Dembele, Kvara, Barcola, or Desiree Doué front three. That's where he prefers. He could do that, you know. The gap between Salah and the other two forwards is way too big in Liverpool compared to teams like PSG, Barca, and Real, where all their three are elite. It shows because when Salah's bad, Liverpool are toothless. Would agree with this. I would agree with this. And if I did, like, look, Liverpool fans, I know you guys, a lot of them don't rate Diaz, but don't give me this shit about, oh yeah, if we sign Anthony Gordon, that's levels above Diaz. Anthony Gordon is a good player, but Liverpool need way better than Gordon. That's why Kvara was there. I'm so pissed. I'm disappointed Salah left Salah for 210 minutes against Mendes. Would have hurt to switch him onto the left. Yeah, but when was the last time you saw Salah play on the left wing? When was the last time? Liverpool's future is screwed if Salah, Trent, and Van Dijk all leave because you know how FSG is not going to spend money. Of course they're not going to spend money. Of course. That's why, Angel, that's why. Just give me the Prem this season. I'm good. I'm good for 5 years. I'm good. Number 20, boom. Then just rebuild time. I'm okay with it. Enrique in both games switched up the rotated the three. Yep. You can just see Kvara was sometimes on the right and Bailey on the left. It's beautiful to watch, man. It is. Where would you rank Salah as Ballon d'Or favorites? He would still be top 3. He would still be top 3. No way Madrid can win PSG at the moment. Yeah, I was very surprised. Very, very surprised. With Kvara warming up to the team might be stronger. Kvara is so good, people. Yeah, he wasn't like the best, I thought, in the second leg, but you can just see when he gets that little bit of space and his ability to drive at opponents. That's why if you're Villa, you got to play like a Konza or maybe a Disasi at right back. Because Cash, I don't know, that's cash money for Kvara. Kvara is going to cook that. Barca fans hating Dembele for not scoring a 4th goal after leading 3-0. Oh, that is one of the greatest moments of my life. We will own Madrid in the final. Visca Barca. Let's say El Cholo leaves in 2 years. Okay, we'll talk about this. Actually, let me save this. Let me save this, Angel. I'll save that for the Atletico discussion. Who's your number 1 Ballon d'Or candidate? Rafinha. Rafinha would be. They played Doué instead of Barcola. No, I think Barcola overall this season has been good. Desiree Doué, this is his first season with PSG. I think next season, though, he's going to be a beast. They should. They won't. You have to remember who Liverpool owners are. You have to remember. 5 to 6 signings this team. I think they will because they have to. They have to. I'm not going to crash. Jeff, number 20. Hashtag 20. Hashtag 20 in the chat if you're a Liverpool fan. Hashtag 20. I mean, God forbid a Liverpool bottle the Premier League. God forbid. Then you will see a crash out like you've never seen one before. Was more angrier after Everton, after the pen shootout. Was just sad. Only Carabao Cup can redeem this. Maybe. Who would be a better fit for Barca, Isak or Victor Osimhen? I think both players would fit. Just what do you have a preference for? Osimhen is more just a gunman in the box, whereas Isak can drop deep, receive the ball, and also be a very good player in the box. I think they would both work. I think Victor Osimhen at Barca would be insane, though. That would be insane to see. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Doué is still a young player. He just got his first invite to the national team today. Yeah, so I think you got to just stay patient with Desiree Doué. He's a good player, though. Remember, everybody, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Thank you for all your kind donations. Big up to Jeff. Big up to Chelsea Perspective for gifting 5 memberships. Big up to Angel Bautista as well for the kind donation. Remember to hit the like button. That's the free thing, people. At least you can hit the like button compared to Liverpool not converting the penalties. All right, we can at least do that out here. If Liverpool could sign DiMarco. No, DiMarco ain't leaving Inter. Come on. DiMarco ain't leaving Inter. Borussia Dortmund. These guys are the most bipolar team in football, people. I'm telling you, you watch this team in the Bundesliga, nothing. Nothing in the Bundesliga. But the UCL, these guys are showing heritage. They're showing, okay, I want to say heritage, but they're just showing a maturity, more composure in their play. I really like the way Borussia Dortmund play in the UCL this season. I think they've been good in parts. Sometimes, like the Barcelona game, I thought it was a bit too chaotic, and obviously that was under Nuri Sahin. But yesterday's game, even though they went 1-0 down, and obviously Kobo made a ridiculous mistake. I went through Schlotterbeck's legs, obviously Kobo's legs, and I think the pass into the box as well, into Jonathan David. I was like, is Dortmund really going to capitulate like this? Because Lille were playing really good the first 15 minutes. But after the first 15 minutes, after they withstood the Lille storm, Dortmund grew into the game. That one sequence when it was the corner, Guirassy had the chance, then Lille basically went for trench war defense in the trenches. They just went for that sort of defense, just clearing it off the line. I thought Dortmund actually played quite well at the end of the first half. Second half, I thought Dortmund were great. I thought they created a lot of good opportunities, even though Julian Brandt, this guy cannot start right now. Please just play, give a chance to Carney. Carney Chukwuemeka looks actually like a good player. I would say Giovanni Reina, but I think he's had enough opportunities and he hasn't taken them with Niko Kovac and Dortmund this season. So I think you got to give an opportunity to Carney. But I think Dortmund really played well in that second half, and they deserve to win this. This game could have been 4-1. While Lille have been a good team, I thought defensively they were a bit shambles. Like Chevrolet is still a quality goalkeeper. If you need a goalkeeper, if you're a Manchester United, if you're let's say other teams, I'm trying to give other examples. All right, maybe Dortmund because Gregor Kobel. Or if you're a Chelsea, if you want a good goalkeeper, Chevrolet is this guy, or Chevalier. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. He is a very good goalkeeper. Shot stopping, somewhat ability on the ball, but yeah, I think he's the number one goalkeeper right now in the market if you're trying to sign a goalkeeper. And Lille, they have some good players. Jonathan David. I thought Hartson was a bit quiet in the first half. Second half, he had that great shot where Gregor Kobel made the save. And Boari, Mukau, they had good first halves, but they kind of went quiet in the second half. They didn't really have, Mukau in the first half, man, his ability on the ball and driving with the ball, it was causing so much issues because Dortmund's midfield isn't the best with the Sabitzer, Pascal Gross. Mukau and Boari were just running rings around them. But once Dortmund controlled the game, Maximilian Bayer really taking control, then Dortmund looked much, much better. Maximilian Bayer, by the way, great goal. I was surprised, though. First off, the penalty, I thought it was a bit soft. I thought Guirassy went down easily, but Thomas Munir, you cannot let Guirassy just take the shot. You don't have to make the challenge. I thought it was a bit soft, but we've seen softer penalties being given in the UCL this season. I thought Guirassy, he's going to take the penalty. Emre Can took the penalty. I was like, oh boy, if Emre Can misses this penalty, it is not going to be good. All right? At least he converted it, and then Maximilian Bayer scored the goal. Was surprised to see Gittins get benched, but Gittins, since Niko Kovac has arrived, hasn't looked the greatest. So it was good to see Maximilian Bayer, who was a big signing last summer from Hoffenheim, finally have, I think, his best game. I thought he was really good in this game, getting the goal, top bins, beautiful. That was the only way you were going to beat Chevrolet on the day. Last 10 minutes, obviously, then Lille threw everything at Dortmund, and Dortmund's defense did very well. I thought Schlotterbeck defensively was really, really good. Compared to like Emre Can and Anton, I thought Schlotterbeck was the man leading the defense for Borussia Dortmund, even though it's been a very frustrating season and they've been so bad and dire and just so confusing in the Bundesliga. Dortmund keeps showing up in the UCL, and I think Lille, who have never progressed to the quarterfinals of the UCL, they missed a big opportunity. I thought this was going to be their chance, but I did say in the predictions, Dortmund will show the experience that they've been here before with the players they have. Even though they don't have a Mats Hummels or a Marco Reus, they still have experienced players like Emre Can. And these guys made it to the UCL final last year. So I thought that would have helped them in this scenario compared to a Lille team that some of the players haven't been in this scenario, like a Jonathan David, a Buadi, a Mukau, a Haraldson, these sort of guys. And it kind of showcased with, and Niko Kovac, you got to give him credit. I think this is the first time ever he's progressed to the quarterfinal of a European competition. So that's at least a good thing. And yeah, I think Dortmund fully deserved it. That, like, they created enough opportunities. They did. And if Guirassy, now we'll talk about the quarterfinal matchup. I think Guirassy can cause problems. And Guirassy still was really good with his link-up play. He created that wonderful opportunity to Pascal Gross where I don't know how the Lille defender blocked it off the line, by the way. I thought it was handball at first, but wow, what a block that is. And yeah, Dortmund deserve it. And the Bundesliga still got 2 teams left in the UCL. Let's see here. Ref helped a lot. Yeah, not like helped a lot. I thought it was a soft penalty. I swear, if we have a Dortmund or a Real final again, that would be hilarious, by the way. I know people don't want to see it, but that would be hilarious. More luck than being good. I wouldn't say luck. Come on, guys. Dortmund created enough opportunities in that game. Pascal Gross had a shot clear off the line. That corner to Chevrolet, to Adeyemi hitting the crossbar. Dortmund created enough opportunities to win it. So I think they were deserving. I think it could have easily finished 4-1. That penalty kick foul was really, really soft. Yeah, I would agree. Big up to, man, your usernames are wild. Leo were, but yes. Actually, I'm going to save this and use it for another topic that we'll talk about. Big up to Chuck. Can we look at Villa the same as Dortmund, bipolar? No. Maybe, yeah, you could say that a little bit for Aston Villa this season. But I think Aston Villa have been a bit more consistent in the Premier League compared to a Dortmund. I mean, Dortmund just lost over the weekend, people. They lost over the weekend. You can't trust this team. You can't. Back in the day, Laporte used to play as striker, even with that big belly. Can Dortmund qualify for the Champions League in the Bundesliga? They're going to have to go on an 8-game winning streak. They're going to have to go on an 8-game winning streak then. How about a swap deal between Frankie and Darwin? I'll take the donkey over this Polish. You mean Lewandowski? No. I'll keep Darwin. Kibaradona, yep. Agreed, Samasi. Big up, Samasi. 22 months as a member. Big up to you, Samasi. Thank you for being a member for that long. Asensio, Aston Villa. Club Brugge, man. They missed a trick in that first leg. If Jolis or Van Aken convert the opportunities and it's 2-1 Club Brugge, it could have been a different tie. It could have definitely been a different tie. And then they got sucker punched with the own goal and the penalty. And then Club Brugge, again, they start the first 15 minutes so well. They created a good opportunity. Van Aken again with a not free header because it was defended well in the box. I was like, hey, if Club Brugge can get a goal in the first half, then this turns into an interesting tie. And then Sabe gets, it's just a stupid red card. Why are you making the challenge on Rashford? I know some Club Brugge fans were saying he dived. Sabe stamped on him with his ankle. So clear penalty, clear red card. And then, Club Brugge were looking a bit decent, even with 10 men in the first half. Once Asensio went on the field, and I mean, it was all asked. I don't think Club Brugge even had a shot in that second half. Let me check. I don't think they even had a shot in that second half. I think Simon Mignolet made a couple of good saves. Yeah, they didn't even have a shot. 27% ball possession. Yeah, no, it was done. It was done. And Asensio, he's got 2 goals. Asensio, man, how many goals does he have now? 7 goals for Villa while he's on loan? By the way, Asensio's playing against his old club. Actually, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, this game was over after the red card. It was just... I felt bad because I feel like Club Brugge could have done... I think they could have given a really good game if they just stayed with 11v11 because they were controlling the game. Obviously, they didn't create a lot of opportunities. But once that red card happened, yeah, it was game done. And I think Club Brugge have been a great story in the UCL this season. They're probably going to lose some players. I feel like they're going to lose Gisari. I feel like they're going to lose Seis, the right back. Maybe they're going to lose a Jolis or a Sabi on the other side. Talbi, excuse me. They could lose those players. Ordonez, I think Ordonez is definitely gone. So, but one thing we learned with Club Brugge, they recruit well and they'll find a gem in their academy. So I think Club Brugge will be fine. But I think they played still actually quite well for about 3 halves of this tie. But then Aston Villa cooked them in that second half. And Unai Emery and Aston Villa are in the quarterfinals. Hey, by the way, Kerry, big up to you, Kerry. Brugge deserved it more, and that's me as a Villa fan saying that. When was the last time Aston Villa made it to the quarterfinal of the UCL? Was it 84 or 85? I remember I was checking this a couple of days ago. I think it was 84 or 85. That's the last time Villa. Like, you got to give 83. Thank you, Kerry. 83. It's remarkable what Unai Emery has done with this club. Now, this season, you could say it's not been the best league-wise, but they are a cup team this season. FA Cup quarterfinals. They're playing Preston. Aston Villa should win that tie, even though Preston have done well in the FA Cup. They knocked out Burnley. UCL, they're in the quarterfinal. Now, we're going to talk about their opponent in the quarterfinal, but 2.5 years ago, Villa were 3 points above the relegation zone. So what Unai Emery has done alongside the recruitment, it is fantastic. They've beaten Bayern Munich this season. They've played some good football. And now they signed, Asensio and Rashford. It just shows you the desire of what they want to achieve this season. Clearly, they want to win a trophy. And I think that trophy is the FA Cup. Hey, Aston Villa, you're in the quarterfinal. Just give a good account of yourself. The one thing I would say is they need Pau Torres back. And their defensive has improved a lot in the last 4 games. I think they've only conceded 1 goal, Villa, in the last 4 games. That's because Konsa returned. You could not continue with Mings only. Once Pau Torres and Konsa, I think those are the 2 starting center backs for me for Villa. Once that pairing returns, Villa can do well. Now, it's about the fullbacks. I would be a little bit worried when they're going up against their next opponent. But yeah, Villa, they played very well. Asensio, 2 goals. Great assist again by Rashford. That first goal by Asensio was great. Just great team play overall from Villa, especially from Leon Bailey. Rodgers with a great pass. Although I thought Rodgers looked offside. Am I going crazy? But I thought Rodgers looked offside, unless it went off a Club Brugge player. But I thought he looked offside. And yeah, Villa, they continue. They march on. Arsenal 2, PSV 2. I checked the highlights, and I mean, this tie was over after the first leg. We already talked a lot about it last week. It's done. It was done, and I checked the lineup. I saw Tierney at left wing. I saw Sterling start. I saw Sterling got, 2 assists? I saw Zinchenko get a goal. Rice get a goal. Perisic, by the way. I at least saw Perisic's goal. That was clutch, man. That was not clutch. That was a nice goal, though, by Perisic. 2-2. There's not much to say here. But Arsenal, if they can get Saka back, they can cause issues. Even though PSV, they created the opportunities. Yeah, I still think Arsenal's defense is quality. We'll talk about their opponent later after the next 2 games. But Arsenal have the opportunity to do something in the UCL this season. I wish they had like a Jesus or Havertz injury-free, because then we could have really seen where this Arsenal team is at. But their attack needs to show up, and their fullbacks need to be better. Mostly Calafiori. I think Calafiori is the liability in the defense, because I think Timber is very good defensively. But Arsenal's attack will make or break their UCL campaign. It will be. Even though if they get 1 or 2 goals, maybe it's not enough. when you're going up against a Vini and Mbappe and those sort of players. But for this game, yeah, I mean, it was training session vibes. That was like Arsenal training session vibes featuring PSV out there on the field. But yeah, overall, good performances by Arsenal. They're in the quarterfinal of the UCL. Then the final game before we go into the matchups of the quarterfinals. Actually, let me quickly look at your comments here. Michael, Barca are far superior to Dortmund. Well, we'll talk about it. Brugge deserve more. Asensio plays as a cam, not on the wings. Yeah, cam mostly for Aston Villa. 82-83. They only made the quarterfinals because the format changed. No, stop. Come on, man. Aston Villa deservedly made it to the top 8. So they deserve to be in the quarterfinals. International break worries me. All the Barca players will be playing and might get injured. Emery has made a Villa a different team. I think it's partially the owners and giving Emery and Monchi. Yeah, Monchi, of course, the full control of the transfer market. And our fullbacks are all right, but Maatsen needs to have a defensive drills. Yeah, going forward, Maatsen is elite, but defensively, not the best. You could even see that Dortmund last season. Oh, yeah, Perisic would have been fire. Yeah, he would have been. Mad seeing the change from Ellis to Lerner to Gia to Warris and to Edens. And money has always been Villa's biggest problem, but Warris and Edens are fully supportive of what Emery wants to achieve. Of course, they own the Milwaukee Bucks. What did the Bucks do? They won the NBA title a couple of years ago with Giannis. So, hey, man, Aston Villa could do it. We'll talk about it. Big up Euro. Hey, bro, how are you doing, my guy? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing Euro. Hopefully you are doing well. All right. Let's talk about the most controversial game of this week. The Madrid derby. And you kind of had a feeling that there was going to be madness in the second leg. I just had that feeling. The atmosphere, the flares before the game. I had a feeling something was going to happen. Well, something did happen in the first 30 seconds of the game. Conor Gallagher, who got the start this game, I think Simeone got the right lineup. Reinildo in for Galan, because Galan, he just could not deal with Rodrigo or Lamine Yamal the past couple of weeks. That's where Simeone got it right. The lineups were perfect. And he got it. This is what Atleti fans wanted for the first 30 seconds. Take the game to Real Madrid, get the early goal, sucker punch them, and boom, they got their goal. And you thought, okay, Atleti, this is your moment. This is their moment. The defensive work from, I don't care what people say about, oh, Atleti, they play defensive football. If they go toe-to-toe with Real Madrid, or if they go toe-to-toe against a Barcelona, you know they're going to get cooked, people. Do you want to see Lenglet and Jimenez play man-to-man pressing? I honestly, like, some people don't understand the concept of football. Not every team should be playing man-to-man pressing, play it off in the back. Why? Why should that would be boring. Then we're just watching robots. We're watching AI out there from footballers and from teams. I like the way Simeone approached this game. He said, we're going to be defensively smart. We're going to get the early goal. Now, we'll talk about the subs later. Atleti still created chances. Alvarez was, even though Alvarez didn't get a goal, I thought he was unbelievable again, man. His ability on the ball, his work rate, everything about Alvarez, his ability to strike with both feet is great to watch from Julian Alvarez. The player I'm most disappointed, though, throughout the entire UCL, okay, you could throw in Salah, it's actually Antoine Griezmann. I was really disappointed in Antoine. I thought Antoine didn't convert a couple of good counterattacks because, you know, Real Madrid's pressing is non-existent. Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vini, Bellingham. I don't know if it's tactically from Carlo not having a great game plan to be pressing the opponents, or if it's just the players, because it was so easy for Atleti to bypass the press, and then there was either De Paul receiving the ball in open space, or Griezmann, or I thought Barrios also played really well yesterday. But Griezmann just fumbled it over and over again, either with a poor touch or poor pass. If Griezmann was on his job, though, it could have been a different outcome. Okay, then we get to the second half. Yeah, Real Madrid played a little bit better. They made some good subs. I thought Camavinga was good off the bench. Brahim Diaz off the bench was good. I think once they switched Valverde into the midfield when Vasquez moved to the right back, you saw a little bit better possession from Real Madrid. But let's be honest. That was horrendous performance from Real Madrid. Going forward, nothing. Asensio defense, cool. Yeah, Asensio looked good. But they were awful, Real Madrid. But maybe they just wanted to play so awful, yet somehow knock out their biggest rival, well, one of their biggest rivals possible. Let's play so bad and yet still knock them out. This is where Atleti missed the trick here. I think Simeone waited way too long to bring on Correa, to bring on Sorloth. I think if Correa and Sorloth played the final 20 minutes of the 90 minutes, I think Atleti would have won that game. Okay, it's easy to say that. Yeah, Michael, okay, maybe the Real Madrid would have gotten a goal in that time. I just think the fresh legs of a Correa with the hold-up play of a Sorloth, who was also very good with crosses, I think then it would have been a good opportunity for Simeone to take the game to Real Madrid. But maybe just Simeone is scarred. Maybe he's scarred or something. But this has got to feel worse right now. Look, okay, now let's get to the penalty shootout. I knew once this went to penalty shootout, I was not confident for Atleti. Even though Courtois, he's not the best when it comes to penalty shootouts. Oblak, though, Oblak ain't any better. He ain't any better. Now, let's look at this, people, right? This is the best photo I could find. Double tap. So Atleti have lost to Real Madrid, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final of a UCL. It's a curse. Atleti are just simply cursed against Real Madrid. And the reason why they go out this time around is not because of Sergio Ramos' late goal or the penalty shootout back in 2016 or Ronaldo getting the hat trick in the first leg of the UCL semifinals. When was it? 2017, 2018. No. This time, it's a double tap from Julian Alvarez and it's a crossbar from Llorente. I mean, what a sucker punch to Atleti and all their players. Who I thought Atleti played really well, people. Over the two legs, I think defensively, other than like the sort of individual brilliance from a Real Madrid, from a Rodrigo Brahim Diaz, I thought Atleti completely nullified Real Madrid. Vini, no show. Mbappe, no show. Bellingham, no show. Rodrigo in the second leg, no show. It was quite easy for Atleti just to play their own game. Like, there was no patterns of play from Real Madrid. But it's just such a Real Madrid way to do it. Isn't it, people? Such a way to do it where a double tap. Now, there's all this argument. Oh, was it really a double tap? Was it really? I mean, I don't think VAR or UEFA are going to have that much conspiracy about them that they would not get this right. Clearly, they have somebody, I think it was the CBS person, the referee, who talks about they have like 26 cameras and they have 12K resolution and they can see clearly if it double taps. I think it double taps, people. Come on, let's not say like, oh, Real Madrid got lucky. Oh, look at this. They're always doing this in the UCL. I don't think there's any sort of sensor in the ball like they have in the World Cup. It clearly double tap. I wouldn't say clearly double tap because there's always that possibility. But there it is. That's the difference between Atleti advancing, and Real Madrid advancing. And then you just see Antonio Rudiger with the most shameless celebration possible because they all knew the Real Madrid players, they didn't play well, but they got the job done. Just get it done, people. It almost feels kind of better for all Real Madrid fans knowing we played so bad, yet we beat our rivals. And our rivals played a great game, and yet they still couldn't beat us. Even when their defense is just Asensio, an academy graduate, to Lucas Vazquez, or Valverde playing a right back, to obviously Antonio playing at center back, to either Mendy or Fran Garcia. Like, Real Madrid will not have a defensive line like this for a long time. So weak. So they will definitely improve on that in the summer. And yet Atletico, they still couldn't do it, even though I thought they played quite well in the game. It must be so, like, this morning, you're not even hungover. You just feel death if you're an Atletico fan. You feel death. They should have won this game, but they didn't. And Real Madrid move on to the quarterfinals, even though they did not play well. Real Madrid must improve, though. We have to. Vini, Mbappe, they got to improve. Bellingham, I thought, was really bad in that second leg. He didn't play the first leg, of course. It is just they got to improve because they're going up against a good defensive team in Arsenal. So let's see it. But maybe Atleti are just such difficult opponents for Real Madrid. They're just difficult opponents for them. All right, let's see what you guys are saying here. Yeah, anybody say about anything about Griezmann? Simeone, though, we made them suffer. Nah, come on, AK. They went 120 minutes, so they did suffer at Real Madrid. They definitely suffered. Atletico made a mistake that they didn't went all in for the second goal. Black magic of Real Madrid worked again. It worked again. It worked again. Simeone is an awesome manager, in my opinion. What he has achieved in the shadow, yeah, it is incredible. Look, some idiot people. Actually, I'm not going to even bring it up. I can't be wasting my energy with idiots. Griezmann has been poor. Has been so poor. Yeah, and these 2 legs, he's been poor. Really, really. Legs are gone. Yeah, but it's not even just the legs. It's like just a simple control of the ball, a simple pass. He wasn't there. I don't think so. Am I tripping? No, Tchouaméni misses the next match. Yeah, so Tchouaméni does, not Vinny. Real were there for the taking. Yes, they were. They were. Griezmann is ready to go to USA and watch NBA. Yep, he's ready to watch NBA and NFL. Which Real? Madrid desperately missing physicality and interceptions of Real Madrid, yeah, of Camavinga, even though Cama is out of form since injury. Yeah, I thought Camavinga, though, when he came onto the field, he looked good. He looked really good. Madrid performed terribly. Which one? I think Real Madrid. Agree, Correa and Sorloth made a difference. They did, because they had fresh legs, and they troubled that Real Madrid defense. Alvarez didn't gain an advantage from the double touch. We could discuss that all day long. The only way to put Real Madrid down is to win them 4-0 like City in 2023 or Barca this season because they are never dead. They're like Mike Myers. Never dies, man. What a great comparison. Madrid, Black Magic. This is GID to a level I have not seen. It is. Well, I did see GID level. If you guys don't know what GID stands for, get it done. 2012 Chelsea is the epitome of it. Atletico were comfortably the better team. They were, but they lost. So, doesn't matter. As a Madridista, I hate how much protection Jude gets. He ends up in front of Mbappe most of the time, leaves our midfield way too open. I prefer Diaz or even 0-minute Guler as a 10 over Jude. Okay, Fluke, you say that. Where do you play Bellingham then? Do you play him then in the 8, like alongside a Tchouaméni? Would that be better for a Bellingham? Like, I see some people like, oh my God, Tchouaméni was bad. Tchouaméni had like no options in front of him to play the pass. All Tchouaméni did was just play it out wide to Vinny. Okay, Vinny then looks up and he's like, oh, I got 3 Atleti players. How am I going to beat that? Or Rodrigo would receive it out wide and you're like, what is Rodrigo supposed to do against 3 Atleti defenders? That's why you got to give praise to Simeone with the defensive setup too, where anytime the ball goes out wide, just double team, triple team them, basically, like it's prime Kobe Bryant. So I think Atleti completely nullified the front 3. That's why you got to look at the midfield and say, Bellingham, receive in the half space or just try something different. They didn't try anything different. Yeah, look, I don't think Bellingham had a good game, though. I didn't think they have a good game. Oh, that would have been beautiful, though. That would have been beautiful. I would have been there for that. Do you think UEFA should change rules of retaking it? Yeah, I think so. I think they should have, but they didn't. I only saw the last 20 minutes of extra time. Okay, gotcha. Why didn't Mbappe take the penalty in regular time? I don't get it. Vinny Sky. Yeah, I didn't even talk about it. Vinny skied that penalty. I don't know if it was Vinny from Real Madrid. Hey, Brazil playing next week. Okay, good. The Seleção Vinny showed up yesterday. Forza Inter, Visca Barça. Oh, we all got it here. All this talk about depth just to lose to Liverpool and Atletico. Who? Real Madrid? Or who? Who are you talking about? Ceballos is a huge miss. Yes. This is a great point. Ceballos is a huge miss. Fully agree with that one. Madrid's pressing structure and build-up is so poor. I blame Ancelotti and his... Okay, AK. I know you're not Ancelotti's biggest fan. But you kind of have to look at the work rate also of Mbappe and Vinny. Like, Vinny not tracking back for a couple of times. Mbappe, not even... Like, there was no... At times I looked at Mbappe. Just Mbappe in the game. The dude's just standing there. Between the 2 center backs. Either Mbappe drop deep a little bit to receive the ball and then try and combine play with a Bellingham. Look, AK, you know it's a bit more, okay, the players, they need to construct their own build-up play. It's not... AK, I know you like this sort of Modern day coaching of, oh, there should be okay, if the ball gets out wide there, we should move there. Okay, like it's like a robot, basically. The players have to take accountability as well. Vinny didn't show up. Mbappe didn't show up. Bellingham didn't show up. But hey, it don't matter. It don't matter. I think I got to give more props, though, to Atletico. I think they completely nullified them. Bellingham would be a great 8, but he needs goals to fuel his PR, so it's a catch-22 situation. Yeah, I think it was unlucky, though, that penalty. Bellingham would be great 8. Okay, got it. Michael, $1 million question. Prime Kobe? Oh, no. MJ all day, every day. The GOAT. I'm still livid. I'm worried about the cup final. Cup final is cup final, especially the Carabao Cup final. Going on head-to-head, but have a good one. Yeah, exactly, Kerry. Exactly, Kerry. Okay, let's then look at the quarterfinal matchups. Okay, people. Just give your thoughts here. Which tie are you most excited for? Which tie are you most excited for? One tie I'm looking forward to. Bayern Munich Inter. I think Bayern Munich Inter is going to be fascinating to see how it goes down. But there's a lot of narratives out here with these games. If Arsenal somehow beat Real Madrid, why can't Arsenal win the UCL? Why? Because then they will knock out Real. I think this is such a great test now for Arteta. You lost last season to Bayern Munich and Tuchel, a poor Bayern Munich team. Okay, we're going to have to see the status of Saka. I don't think they should not. If Saka is not fit, do not rush the kid. Do not rush him. Let him be. Let him get fully fit. But if Saka plays, maybe Arsenal got a chance here. Maybe they got a chance. But I saw the second leg. Metropolitano. Santiago Bernabeu. Yeah, that's not going to be an easy task then for Arsenal. So Arsenal's got to win that first leg. If they don't, I think Real Madrid got it. I think they got it then. So it's going to be interesting to see how Arteta will approach that first leg. If he takes the lead, you know what Arteta's going to do in that second leg? He's going to carbon copy to Simeone's tactics and apply it to the second leg. I think good matchup. I just wish Arsenal were fully fit, but you can say the same thing about Real Madrid. They're missing Carvajal, no Eder Militao. I think Ceballos is out for that, if memory serves me right. But interesting tie. It will be Ødegaard returning. Yeah, Ødegaard returning to face Real Madrid. Maybe Ceballos faces Arsenal, where all Arsenal fans are like, get this guy out of our club. So, interesting tie there. Then we got Aston Villa and PSG. Are PSG going to beat another Premier League team? Unai Emery? Can you imagine? If Marco Asensio knocks out PSG after Luis Enrique has barely played him at PSG. Wow. And I think he can play, by the way, people. I think Asensio can play against PSG because I saw Coutinho dunk on Barcelona when it was 8-2. So I'm going to predict that Asensio can play against PSG. What a crazy storyline that would be. And Unai Emery going up against his former club, 2 Spanish managers, Luis Enrique up against Unai Emery. It's going to be tough, though, for Villa. I think they're fullbacks. I think you got to look if you're Unai Emery. I don't know if Matty Cash can deal with a Kivara. It could be tough for Matty Cash or whoever plays right back. I think if Ian Matson plays, oh boy, that left side for Villa is going to get destroyed because Ian Matson in one-on-one defending is not great. So you probably will see Lucas Digne start in that game, but it's down to the midfield. The Kamaras, the Tillemans, the Morgan Rogers, they got to level up going up against a Vitinha, a João Neves. That's going to be a tough matchup. I think this is going to be interesting tactically to how Unai Emery is going to approach that first leg. Oh, yeah. Well, can you imagine if he dunks on them again? Can you imagine Marcus Rashford dunks on PSG? Wow. That would be insanity. Look, that's not even a contest. Like, shout out to McGinn. McGinn versus Vitinha. Vitinha's cooking that. McGinn, look, maybe he could trouble them with his physicality, but it's going to be tough for John McGinn. So, yeah, overall, I think that's going to be, I would say 60-40 for PSG. That would be my prediction. I would go 60-40 Real Madrid, 60-40 PSG, Aston Villa for PSG. And then Barcelona, Dortmund. See, this is not going to be like the first time they met in the league phase. I think Niko Kovac, that first leg, his priority is either draw the game or lose by 1 goal. That's going to be the priority for Dortmund because the second leg being at the Westfalenstadion, I think if Dortmund are only 1 goal down, maybe Dortmund got a chance. Maybe Dortmund got a chance then to advance to the semifinals, but I don't think they're good enough defensively, Borussia Dortmund. I think Anton is I wouldn't say liability, but I just don't think Dortmund are the greatest defensive team. Plus, their midfield cannot go toe-to-toe with a Barcelona midfield. So I think Barcelona, I would probably say it's like 65-35 Barcelona. But Dortmund have surprised us the last 2 seasons in Europe, people. They surprised PSG. They surprised Atletico last season in the UCL. So why not? Why not? I think this is going to be... I think Niko Kovac, he's played against Hansi Flick before. He knows what he's going up against. He knows what he's going up against, but I think it's going to be a tough battle for Borussia Dortmund. But this is their season now. I don't think they're going to do anything in the Bundesliga. I don't think they're going to get top 4. So this is everything for Borussia Dortmund. If they can knock out Barcelona, wow, that would be some upset to me. And then the tie that everybody's looking forward to, most likely, Bayern Munich against Inter. First time they meet in the knockout stage since 2010, 2011. I think it's 2010, 2011. Obviously, they played the final in 2010 against each other where Milito turned into the god of himself. I really don't know who's going to win this tie, you know. I think this is 50-50. I think some people can give reasoning why Bayern Munich will win. They can give reasoning why... Actually, where is the second leg? Is that the San Siro? Who do you think, people? Who's going to win this tie? I'm intrigued to see what the chat says about this. Okay, so second leg at the San Siro. Okay. I'm going to have to think about it more when I give my predictions because I really, even though I kind of disrespected Bayern Munich, I like the way they played since the Celtic. The Eintracht Frankfurt game, obviously the 2 legs over Bayern Munich. It's just like, okay, Harry Kane, how do you go up against an Acerbi, a Bastoni, a Pavard? Olise, you got the battle to watch, people. Oh, this is going to be great to watch. Olise versus Bastoni, a Barella going up against a Kimmich. Can Marcus Thuram and Lautaro Martinez cause trouble to Upamecano, Kim Min-jae center back pairing? Yeah, they can. They can. Even though Upamecano and Kim Min-jae, they did well against Bayer Leverkusen. I think a 2-striker formation. Does any team in the Bundesliga play with a 2-striker formation? I'm trying to, Bayer Leverkusen, even though they have 2 strikers, never did that against Bayern Munich. I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to think if any Bundesliga team actually does that. Does a Mainz do that? Not really. Does a Freiburg do that? No, not really. So I don't think Bayern Munich go up against a lot of 2-striker form. I'm trying to think in the UCL if they have. Not really. That's why Inter are a bit of a problem. Okay, yeah. Frankfurt with Omar Mamouche and Ekitike. Yeah, good point. Although, when they just beat Frankfurt 4-0, I don't think they played with 2 strikers in that game. I think they kind of played with obviously Ekitike was one of the strikers. I can't remember who the other guy was up front for Frankfurt, but yeah, Bayern Munich destroyed them. Leipzig, yeah, good point. Yeah, Leipzig, Openda, and what is Marco Rose's tactics? That guy doesn't have tactics right now. I think it's difficult to call this one, because with the form that Bayern Munich are in, I'm intrigued to see, though, how Inter go into this tie. Maybe Bayern Munich, they can rest the players. Inter can't rest players right now, people. They got a Serie A to win, a Coppa Italia. Let me actually look at Inter's schedule coming up. Let me look at their schedule. Let's take a look at Inter's schedule because this will take a toll on them. This will definitely take a toll on them. All right. Oh boy, man, they got some tough games coming up here. Let's check it out here, people. Give me a second. Let's look at Inter's fixtures coming up here. All right. So they got Atalanta this weekend, and then there's the international break. Then they got Udinese, then the Coppa Italia, then Parma. Then they got, obviously, Bayern Munich, Cagliari, who are in a relegation fight. Then they got Bayern Munich again, and then it's Bologna. Wow, this. So what is that? From 8th of April to 23rd of April, a 2.5 week span. That is Inter season right there. That is everything for them. I want Inter fans. What would you guys? I think you guys would take another UCL, huh? Would you guys take another UCL over a Serie A title? I think you guys would. I think Inter are a much better cup team. I think in the league format, you can kind of tell like, it's taken its toll a little bit. All the injuries. We've seen DiMarco go down, a couple players go down, but now Inter are back in the groove and looking a lot better. It's tough. I'm gonna delve more deeper into seeing if Bayern Munich can really cause troubles to Inter. I think they can. And I'm going to look at the two-striker formation that Bayern Munich faced against Eintracht Frankfurt when it was Ekitike and Marmoush, because Marcus Thuram and Lautaro can cause trouble. Also Dumfries, also DiMarco, they can cause trouble. So Musiala has got to play amazing. Absolutely amazing, especially going up against a back three formation with Çalhanoğlu and Diem. Oof, tough. Yeah. This is now where Vincent Kompany. If Vincent Kompany can beat Inter and Inzaghi, then we gotta have to put a lot of respect on Vincent Kompany's name. Then a lot of respect on his name. I'm telling you, international break will decide a lot, since we will have to see who can stay fit. Since Germany, Italy are playing in Nations League, I think. Yeah, plus all the South American players, all the Asian players, all of the international players are playing in critical games. So the international managers are like, club, F that. You're at international time. We're playing our best players right now. Yeah. Okay. So I remember that. I can't call the Inter game. Depends on Inter's attack, but Bayern will be motivated to get home Champions League final. Yeah. Nah, I think Bayern Munich I think they look a lot better than what they did in the league phase. A lot better. This is the worst Dortmund team in the last 20 years, so stage is all set for Barca to have a Bozo moment and lose. I would be shocked to see Barca lose. I would really be shocked to see Barca lose to this Borussia Dortmund team. Inter has a way better defense and midfield and coach. Inter should just be fine. Midfield, I think that's a debate, though. Well, guys, Kimmich has been playing amazing recently. Goretzka, still I'm not his biggest fan, but he's improved a lot. And you got Musiala. Okay, there's Barella, Mkhitaryan, and Çalhanoğlu, who we know as a combo, as like a three-piece combo from KFC. They work good. But I think Musiala and Kimmich, they can cause the trouble. So it's going to be interesting to see how Vincent Kompany is going to try and beat this low block in their first leg. Because that's how I think Inter will approach the away tie. Inzaghi's not stupid. He's not going toe-to-toe. Only 2 goals. Guys, Inter have conceded 0 goals in open play this season in the UCL. Only a penalty kick against Feyenoord and a corner against Bayer Leverkusen. Wow. Like, Inter's defense is rock solid in the... Like, compared to the Serie A, where in the Serie A... Like, Monza just scored 2 goals against them over the weekend. Monza! That one track. Come on. And Monza have been terrible this season overall. Oh, wait. Let me see. So, there's a statement about Julian Alvarez. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see what UEFA are saying. What are UEFA saying here? I'm trying to find it. AK. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, Atletico. This will be the last piece, and then we're going to head out of here. Atletico de Madrid inquired with UEFA over the incident, which led to the disallowance of the kick from penalty mark taken by Julian Alvarez at the end of yesterday's UEFA Champions League match against Real Madrid. Although minimal, the player made contact with the ball using his standing foot before kicking it. Under the current laws of the game, Law 14.1, the VAR had to call the referee, signaling that goal should be disallowed. UEFA will enter a discussion with FIFA and IFAB to determine whether the rule should be reviewed in case where a double touch is clearly unintentional. Wow. Yeah, I can't show the vid of the penalty, obviously copyright, but Conspiracies begin. Bayern struggled against Celtic and they have played Leverkusen so many times, so they knew what to do. Expect, I think Inter are on a different level than those two clubs. Yeah, they are on a different level. But why can't we say Bayern Munich have improved since the Celtic performance, people? Why can't we say that? I think people are kind of dismissing right now Bayern Munich. That was me before the Bayer Leverkusen draw. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Bayern Munich right now. I will keep my age disclosed. I will keep my age disclosed for you, all you people. But big up everybody. Oh yeah, actually, last thing here. Let's say El Cholo leaves in 2 to 3 years. Who would be the best replacement? Luis Enrique? Oh my God. If Diego Simeone ever leaves Atletico, I think the best replacement for him. Wow, that's tough. There's no other manager like Diego Simeone. There is no other manager like El Cholo. Maybe Inzaghi? Maybe? I would say maybe. Or a Igor Tudor, who was at Marseille. Maybe somebody like him. Yeah, that's a tough one. I guess, yeah, Luis Enrique. Jurgen Klopp is not going there. Yeah, actually, somebody said Bordalas. Can you imagine? If you think Bordalas at Getafe was disgusting, oh, what is he going to do with money then? What is he going to do with money? Yeah, it's kind of weak. I would agree with that. I think this is the move. Antonio Conte at Atletico, money going up against Barca and Real Madrid. I would be there for that. That would be a fantastic move. But yeah, I don't think El Cholo is going to leave for a while. I think could be another 5 years we see El Cholo at Atleti, and I'm happy for that, man. He's done amazing things for that club. Yeah, I think Bielsa, I think he's done after Uruguay. I think he'll just stay in like South America. I don't think he's coming back to Europe, to be honest. But yeah, but big up to everybody. Big up to Angel Bautista. Big up to Jeff Serrano for your kind donations. Big up to Chelsea Perspective for donating 5 memberships to all you beautiful people. And yeah, Jeff, you should oil up as well. Get a Thai massage and all that beautiful stuff. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember to check out all the videos. Obviously, now we got international football content uploading on the channel. Go check out the CAF preview. Go check out the CONMEBOL preview I just did. There might be a CONCACAF Nations League video soon coming out. Obviously, the AFC video will soon be out for the preview for the international break. And then right after this weekend, I'll try and record my UCL quarterfinal predictions. Maybe a Europa League video will come out tomorrow or on Saturday discussing about the round of 16 heading into the quarterfinal because I'll be watching some of the games tonight. But everybody, enjoy the content. Remember to hit the like button on your way out. How many likes are we on? We are on 64 likes. Big up to you all. If we can get up to 70, that would be beautiful. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Hit the like button. Follow me on all the socials. Instagram, Twitter, obviously TikTok, all that beautiful stuff. Join the Discord, right? The Discord was popping off over the Champions League, and it will definitely be popping off over the international break. But everybody, have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world, and adios.